The change in life came when the Beijing Olympics happened to us. I've been always intrigued about light and shadow, and my favorite light source has always been the moon.
And whenever we talk about energy efficiency, the term which very commonly people talk about is the installed lighting wattage per meter square.
So actually, honestly, I don't look at energy efficiency or the energy consumption of the light source anymore now.
People get confused between terms used by designers, terms used by engineers. So according to you, if you have to summarize, what is lighting? Welcome to Lighting, Illuminating Spaces and Transforming Lives, a new podcast series by Indorama Ventures Centre for Clean Energy at Plaksha University. In this podcast series, we explore the science, art, and transformative power of lighting with experts. From design to technology, let's uncover how lighting shapes our spaces, lives, and the future. Welcome everyone. Welcome to this series of episodes on lighting. Today we have one of the leading Indian lighting designers, Mr. Sarvdeep Basur, who has done somewhere around 5,000 projects in the country, all the way from Lal Chowk in Srinagar to Travancore. If you have visited sites such as the Golden Temple, the Hawa Mahal, the Charminar, even the new Ram Mandir, you have seen his works. Welcome, sir. Welcome to this episode.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for having me, sir. And it's my pleasure to be part of this series. And in this series, we'll be getting other professionals as well from other fields like doctors, like technical technical experts who would be joining us in various episodes where we will talk about lighting and what is good lighting and how does lighting impact people's health psychologically and physiologically. So
absolutely.
Thank you for having me, sir.
Thank you for joining us. And as you said, basically the idea is to understand the importance of lighting, the design, the non-visual aspect of lighting on us, and so many topics to discuss.
Lighting is such a large subject, sir. It's huge. We can do an episode every day and still not finish it in a year.
I can see your passion for lighting. So maybe we start with your journey into lighting.
Like you said, sir, it started with my passion for lighting, my love for lighting. I've been fascinated by lighting right from my childhood. I used to, there was the GLS lamp. Mm-hmm. So I used to put the GLS lamp in a holder and play with it. How does light, if I put the light on this plant, if I keep it behind it, I keep it front, on top, how does this impact? How does the shadow form? So I've been always intrigued about light and shadow. And my favorite light source has always been the moon. Mm-hmm. I was born in the hills in Shimla, and you see the skies are much better there. It's much clearer. You see a lot of stars. So I've always been fascinated by the night sky in general and the moon in particular. Mm-hmm. The impact of moon with clouds, and we would have snow-top mountains. How is the moon playing? The light of moon playing with the snow-top mountains. So that is where my journey started. I started professionally doing lighting design about 30 years ago. Not as an independent lighting designer, but as a part of a larger company. But the change came in my life when I decided that I should pursue lighting design a little deeper. And at that time, honestly, I was not aware that there would be other professional, independent lighting designers in the world. In those days, internet का ज़माना नहीं था, so your knowledge was limited. But I started working on it. I started advising people on lighting. Some people would pay, some people would not pay. It was a kind of a struggle. But the change in life came when the Beijing Olympics happened to us. We got part of the Beijing Olympics, the Olympic Village, as our first project, in partnership with a German company. So we went to China. We started working on the Beijing Olympics. Then there's an interesting story there. So we signed a contract with the government. All the lighting designers, there were very big lighting designers from all over the world working there. So everybody signed the same contract. And in the contract, it was that 80% of the products would be made in China.
80% of the products by cost or
by value? By value,
okay.
Yes. Which would mean, say, 95% of the products by cost.
Wow.
And at that time, the Chinese lighting industry was very at a nascent stage, and the products were not up to the mark. We could not use almost any of the products which were available in China. But it was 2004. The Olympics were in 2008. So I got a lucky break. I thought that might as well start developing the new products in China. We have time on our side. We have 4 years. So that is how we got into product design. So we do project design and we do product design. There are two different wings in the company who do that. In all our offices, we have that. Now our product design practice is as big or bigger than our project design business. So they run parallelly. So then China happened to us, and we ultimately opened an office in China. Our China office is now as big as our India office. So one thing leading to another. So that is when we actually started becoming successful as lighting designers, when China happened. And then that had a direct impact on our work in India because of our international exposure. So now here we are.
That's very fascinating. So basically what you are saying is that for the design to be successful or to implement the design, you need the right products. And if you can find the products which help in design, great. Otherwise, make your own products, right? So that the design and the products go hand in hand.
Simply said, exactly what it is. But making a new product, which is, especially if it is an outdoor architectural product, it is a task, both design-wise and manufacturing-wise. So we went through our up and down in that journey in China from 2004 to 2008. A lot of projects were rejected. I have very interesting kissas about my experience working with Chinese factories. I used to lose my temper. At one time, I removed my shoe and hit the foreman of a factory. We've been through those ups and downs, but it was a wonderful experience.
It's a totally different thing to design and to manufacture.
And to make sure that the product is manufactured in time and delivered to site in time, because the Beijing Olympics couldn't be delayed because one manufacturer, one small product designed by one small designer, made by one small manufacturer, has not reached the project on site. And we had language problems, a whole lot of communication issues at that time. And so it was a great experience, good learning.
So I can see here very clearly two aspects of lighting: the engineering and the design and art.
Yes,
right?
Absolutely.
And they are two totally different aspects.
That's right.
And I think one of the reasons why lighting is complicated because it has these two elements. So people get confused between terms used by designers, terms used by engineers. So according to you, if you have to summarize, what is lighting? What are the critical aspects of lighting which everybody should understand about?
Right. You're absolutely right. So there's so many terms which actually do not concern the end user. But there's some things the end user should be aware about. Is one, the color of light, which we measure as color temperature, which is say measured in degree Kelvin. So the lower the color temperature, the warmer the light is. The higher the color temperature, the cooler the light is. So a traditional bulb is 2700 degree Kelvin. The traditional tube light is say 6500 degree Kelvin. So anything in between the two is what we normally use. So 2700 is a warm color and 6500 is the cool color.
So, just to make sure that we understand it correctly, when you say warm color, these are the yellow looking colors, and cool colors are more white and bluish, right?
Bluish,
Okay.
yes, sir. So the warmer the color, it means yellower the color. So
Right. Okay.
for certain applications now in restaurants and all, we use a still warmer color. We would use go down to 2500. For facade lighting, we even go down to 2100, 2200. But for say somebody, a normal user, 2700 is the warm color, that is the yellow color, and 6000 is the white color. So anything in between you can choose. And now most manufacturers have multiple colors. So that is one thing. Second thing is the intensity, sir. When you talk about intensity, that means how much light do we need in a place, which without going into the units of light, which is the lux which you need, and then people will confuse you with horizontal and vertical lux. So let's not get into that. It is your comfort in a place. What makes you comfortable? So, of course, when you are in the office, you are doing some reading and writing, then you need a brighter light. And when you are at home, you're relaxing, you need a little less light would make it more comfortable for you. So that is how it is, and how your eye feels comfortable with is what it is. So, and the third thing would be uniformity. For say an office, you want the space to be evenly lit. So that means it is more or less uniform. But when it comes to say your living room or your drawing room, the formal space, you want a little bit of drama. You want the plant to be brighter than yourself. You don't want where you're sitting, bright light shining you there would make you uncomfortable. Whereas if this plant is made beautiful, so it is brighter than the rest of the environment, it will catch your eye. Right. So thoda sa, you would be able to show off the plant. And so you need a little bit of drama, play of more light and less light. We call it accent light, where we brighten up a space so that we create an accent there. So uniformity is another key aspect. Then people should be aware of, say, I think glare. Okay. Without going to the technical aspect of glare, glare means how visually comfortable that light source is. Is it hitting your eye? आपकी आंख में वो लिशकारा तो नहीं हो रहा, you know. So the least glare you have, the better it is.
Right. So these are the four things that common person should
very
be.
basics.
Glare is little tricky. I like to hear your thoughts on that. So, if in a broad day, somebody shows a torch, this will not give glare. Even the car headlight will not give glare.
Yes.
If it's the middle of the day, somebody's on the road.
Absolutely.
But the same light
At night.
in the night will cause glare.
Yes.
So when does it, how do you define glare, or how do we say that the same light falling into the same person is a glare, or sometimes it is not glare?
And let me add something here, sir. It's not only the time of the day, it's the condition of your eye as well.
Okay.
So if it is a young eye, it would normally be less sensitive to the glare.
It will accommodate.
It will accommodate. And an older eye, a senior person, when the lens, your lens is becoming harder, it's not as transparent as it is. So when the glare hits that eye, it is almost blinding. Right. So glare can also, it actually blinds you as well, depending upon the intensity of that glare and the condition your eye is in. So and lighting is very relative. Answering your question, day and night, lighting is very relative, right? So if there is darkness, a source will seem to be brighter. The same source in a illuminated environment is going to be less obtrusive to your eye. Basically, in a very, very crude way, during the daytime, that source is competing with the sun. Whereas when at night time, that source is competing with
the darkness.
So that source is winning against darkness, but losing against the sun. So hence the glare. I don't know if I've made sense here, but it was a very crude analogy, but that is how it is. So whenever you have two light sources pointing at you, the brighter one is going to hurt your eye more. And if you switch off the brighter one, then the less bright is going to also hit your eye.
So it's probably the difference between the main source of light and the background that tells us how much is the
that's right.
potential for getting a glare. Right. So these days, I mean, energy efficiency is really taking the top spot whenever we talk about designing anything which consumes energy. And lighting is also one of the areas which is deeply impacted by the energy concerns, though lighting is becoming more and more efficient and consumes, at least in India, when you compare it with air conditioning, the lighting consumption is less, but still it is being a target from the court's point of view, from energy efficiency point of view. And whenever we talk about energy efficiency, the term which very commonly people talk about is the installed lighting wattage per meter square as a proxy to how much energy the lighting will consume.
That's right.
So as a lighting designer, how do you work on a lighting project? You start with this term as the limiting factor that, okay, I have to design lighting within this, and then you look for the 4 parameters you said that I need some color, some play of light, and the uniformity, the glare and all those things, or you have some other approach to designing lighting?
Sir, actually, honestly, I don't look at energy efficiency or the energy consumption of the light source anymore now. We used to do that in older times before LED became our primary light source. LED itself is such a efficient light source. And in the older times, if we were to design an office, we would be talking of 2 watts per square meter or 2.5 watts per square meter. The same office now with the same illumination level is being talked about now in 1/10 of the energy consumed. So we are talking of now 0.2 watts per square meter. square foot.
Right.
So we've already brought down the energy used in lighting to about 10%. Now I think you draw more value by improving the other parameters of lighting. By even if we sacrifice, say, 20% on efficiency, and you're improving, say, glare ratio. So if your glare ratio is improving, if your say color rendering, which is how close you are to the natural light in terms of seeing the colors, if that is improving. In offices, if your uniformity is improving by sacrificing, say, 15, 20, 25%, it has I think you're gaining more by looking at those parameters rather than energy efficiency. As it is, lighting now is a much smaller part of energy consumption compared to other large consumers like air conditioning or ventilation systems. They consume much more energy than lighting now. So personally, my choice would be energy efficiency would come somewhere at the lower middle level. Glare, color rendering, uniformity if required, contrast if required, a little bit of drama if required, accent if required. I would look at those parameters more, then look at efficiency also.
So by the sheer fact that technology has improved so much, that efficiency is kind of already given, and you have more possibility of playing around with the lighting for comfort and aesthetics and creating the sense of space that the client would or the user would like to have.
Right. Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely, sir.
So I understand you have done projects, wide variety of projects, from home interiors to commercial buildings to monuments to whole city lighting. I mean, these are at staggering scales, right?
We've been lucky, sir. That's the first mover advantage.
But still, the scale is humongous. On one side, it's square kilometers. On the other side, it is few hundred square feet.
A different approach for a different project.
So which of these are, where is the most challenge lies, and where is when you say that these kind of projects are where your heart is and you love doing those kind of projects?
That's a difficult question, sir. It's like choosing which of your child is a better child. But the public places give you more satisfaction because they're more visible. Homes give you more satisfaction because you have more opportunities for creativity. So for me, of all the projects, we do landscapes as well. So landscapes give me a lot of satisfaction also. I can pinpoint on things which give me least satisfaction.
Okay.
That's easier to do. Offices, I find them boring. Lighting up is more about uniformity, more about lighting calculation. We tend not to get into that. Then second would be, in today's time, when we're doing cities, in a city there are some interesting parts. You get to do facades on very large scale. Like Shenzhen, we did 160 building facades in one go, in one area, and they were coordinated together. So they were fascinating to see, because you're creating a show of 160 buildings together. So they talk to each other, interconnected facades. So that was satisfying. But we also had to do the road lighting, connecting all these cities. So road lighting bores me. There's nothing much to do there for a lighting designer. It's more of lighting specifiers job. So the challenge lies in something creative, which is different from others, your other projects. your other projects. So if you have to do something where you have to make a product also and then execute in your own project, that fascinates you the more. That gives you more satisfaction.
Right. So every project has its own interesting element and
That's right.
challenges.
Yes.
So if I were to ask you one of the public buildings, because a common person can connect the public building, not the interiors of home or offices that you would have done. So which one stand out? Which one you think is representing you?
Public buildings. One of my most favorite ones is the Brideshwara Temple in Tanjavur, in India. The Summer Palace in China, I like that project. So they're very nice public buildings. There are 2 or 3 very beautiful public buildings in Trivandrum, in the Travancore project, which I'm really happy about. Then it would be Charminar.
Okay.
Charminar is nice. So is the Hawa Mahal, sir. Hawa Mahal also. And when Golden Temple was completed in 2014, unfortunately, it doesn't look the same anymore. It's 10 years old. The lighting needs to be redone. The Golden Temple also was something which gave me a lot of personal satisfaction.
Okay. Wonderful.
There's some aspects of the Shenzhen. We did the entire city of Shenzhen. So there are some parts of Shenzhen which are really very nicely done. We got a lot of our team got a lot of support from the architects, planners. So Bound Bridge in Shenzhen is good. Then I talked to you about, spoke about those 160 buildings. It's in an area called the Civic Center. So there are these 160 tall buildings and the Civic Center building, which is the town hall of Shenzhen, which is a 300-meter wide building, which is a fascinating building. So that was wonderful again. That's a nice play of art and technology.
Okay.
And it is ever changing. Every day is different there. So we still keep on upgrading that lighting. So that's another very nice project. Then there are some other projects also, other parts of Shenzhen, some landscapes. In fact, we've just completed, I was in China 2 weeks ago. So there's a new park which we've done. That's also, we're very proud of that as well.
So you said that you did city. What exactly you mean by when you say that you did lighting for a city?
Actually, for Shenzhen, it was very different. We were given a free hand to work on the road lighting, the landscapes, the parks, the spaces between the roads and the buildings, then the buildings themselves. So everything was open to us. So we did everything there. But in Srinagar, Srinagar is another example where we are doing certain parts of Srinagar which are being redesigned or reconstructed. Then we are also doing the heritage buildings of Srinagar. We are doing the Mughal gardens in Srinagar. So Srinagar also on a similar line, but some parts. We are not involved in the road lighting or the area lighting in Srinagar, but we've already spoken to the authorities that if you want to get the right impact of the other things, the facades and the parks and the other areas, so the road lighting also needs to be looked into, probably reduced, or maybe more put in a more regimental manner. Like in Shenzhen, we did the road lighting. We reduced the road lighting by 70%. So the original lighting was reduced to 30%. The reduction was 70%, and which worked and which still works. It's still working on 30%. So, and there's been no impact on the traffic whatsoever. If anything, it would have improved conditions for the drivers as well. But the city looks much better now. So the road looks much wider.
Oh.
So people's horizon has become, has expanded, because now you see landscapes, you see the side berms, you see the building facades, because the road is a little less lit. So that's
interesting. So it's not only saving energy, but also giving a sense of space.
Yes.
Otherwise, it was just very focused road lighting, and then people don't appreciate the neighboring places.
And the saving in the energy on the road lighting is much more than what we have spent on the other lighting.
Okay.
So what this city is spending on lighting has actually reduced. Overall reduced. But now we're doing facades, we're doing landscapes, we're doing everything in between,
right? The
squares and everything. So, but the electricity load has come down, and your flora and fauna has also benefited from this. So the plants are feeling relaxed and healthy. They need darkness. When the road lighting is not very well planned, you will get a lot of spillover. The plants are not getting their night's sleep. So are the insects. So plants have a lot of life, this wildlife hidden away. So we've created pockets of darkness also. We've been able to create those pockets of darkness where insects can go and hide and spend their nights in peace. And so it's a win-win situation.
So there are so many things to discuss.
Absolutely.
As you just touched upon the light pollution and impact of lighting on other animals and as well as probably human health. So thank you for joining us today. Just as start of this series, we will have several lectures and many more experts joining us. We will have discussions ranging from the design to technology to visual, non-visual aspect of lighting, the latest research, as well as also the upcoming standards and what's going on in, standardizing the various aspects of lighting. So thank you. And I will suggest that if the viewers have any questions, please feel free to send those questions over email to us. We will try to incorporate them in the forthcoming episodes. We'll have lots of experts coming in and we'll try our best to get them addressed. So thank you for joining us, and
my pleasure.
Looking forward to more episodes with you.
The pleasure was mine, absolutely mine, and I'm looking forward for the future episodes. The sooner the better. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for watching this episode from Lighting, Illuminating Spaces and Transforming Lives. Stay tuned for more episodes where we continue to explore.